It's a traditional Aussie milk bar in a traditional Aussie town where this love story begins.
We just sit there and talk. You wonder what you can find to talk about, but there's always something to talk about.
Remember when we used to come out here in the 60s?
I just love him. He's easy going. He doesn't fight back.
It's hard to find a good woman that looks after you like her, Mud, I can tell you.
Janet was 14 when she met 17-year-old Bobby Shamrose, the son of an Afghan chameleon.
I bumped into Bobby and I thought, oh, he's a nice, handsome-looking bloke, you know. Nice black hair and black curly eyelashes. I fell for him hook, line and sinker.
But the teen lovers were forbidden from dating by Janet's violent father.
He said, have you been going out with that black South African again, Janet? And I said, no, Dad. I can't help it if I went to the pictures and he's sitting in the seat next to me.
We just made it our little secret of going out together.
We just had to hide all the time.
Janet still has the movie tickets from their first date.
It was a singing picture.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was because we were too busy kissing and cuddling up in the back seat and hoping that none of my father's friends could see us.
But eventually, the young couple's secret relationship got back to Janet's father.
All hell broke loose. Bobby rang me up and he said, where are you? I said, I'm not going home. I'm leaving. He said, well, we've got no money. So anyhow, he had a watch and he went down and got £3. He hocked his watch and got £3 for that. Got my case on my push bike and rode it down to the creek and Bobby was there waiting for me.
The teen couple travelled to Broken Hill, 750 kilometres away from Janet's family.
It was horrible. I didn't want to leave my mother and you're looking over your shoulder all the time thinking my father's coming toward, you know, get me and do away with me. We just lived a lie.
But eventually, the young couple settled into their new life in the mining town. Bobby saved enough for a deposit on the very house they still live in 60 years later.
He was a good provider, didn't waste his money. In 4 years, we had our house.
A home where they've raised 3 children and babysat a horde of grand and even great-grandchildren.
Our family's our life. As you can see in our house, every wall and everything, it's like a gallery. The kids are everywhere.
15 years after Janet and Bobby ran away together, her dad finally did track them down. But he'd had a change of heart.
Dear Janet and family, no doubt this will be a shock to you. It wanted me, Bobby and the children, however many there was, to come home for Christmas.
Janet was delighted for the kids to finally meet their grandparents, even if it was late.
Put it this way, if we didn't run away, we wouldn't have had all this what we've got.
Wouldn't have had the kids and the grandkids and have each other.
They've stood by each other through thick and thin, and they've stood by all us kids and grandkids through thick and thin. Yep. We're just very, very blessed.
And while theirs is a love for the ages,
got your belt on?
Yeah.
Right,
there is one thing they can't stand about each other.
Go a bit slower. Don't go around that corner. Oh, he nags me all the time. I suppose he's the only time he can get back at me.
Just to slow down a bit.
What, I'm only doing 50?
No, you're nearly up to 60.
Oh, I'm only one notch over.
We'll go out for our Saturday coffee, and when Mum's not in earsight, oh, your bloody mother, the way she drives, he says. Don't you tell her I told you that. There is a lot of give and take, and I think that's why it works.
And Janet does wish Bobby would wear his hearing aid more.
I don't know whether it's he deliberately can't hear me or he can't hear me. And I told him I'm going to end up divorcing him. If he doesn't wear his hearing aids, that's going to be it.
It's a bit late now for divorce.
Yeah. If you haven't got love, you've got nothing. All you do is just fight and go from one to the other.
And we don't fight.
Fight?
Right.
Hearing problem. Yeah. It's a hearing problem. Yeah, beautiful. I love
that she's still got the letter from her dad. You know, if that happened now, you'd have a text from your dad and you wouldn't have kept it. But that is so lovely. I love the way they're just together and niggling each other.
Best friends.
Yeah, that's the definition of marriage, finding someone you want to annoy for the rest of your life.
And turn your hearing aid down.
Yeah.